it's Shalini Enriquez with Remax Real Estate Center, and welcome to day 18 of our favorite spots in Milton. Today we're at Country Heritage Park. If you haven't been to Country Heritage Park before, it's located on Tremaine Road, just past the entrance to where you would go into Kelso. Today we have a special guest. I actually met Maria at the dog park when I was filming the dog park episode, and she made me aware of the community garden here at Country Heritage Park. So they are looking for some volunteers, so we thought, well, featuring one of my favorite places in Milton, we would also talk about some of the volunteers that are needed here to support the community garden here at Country Heritage Park. Maria, thank you so much for joining me here. What can you tell me about the community garden here at Country Heritage Park?
The community garden was actually started here last year. Prior to moving to the Heritage Park, it had been run out of the Sobeys warehouse for many years. There were a lot of volunteers, the police were involved, the ambulance, firefighters. Unfortunately, with the closure of their warehouse, a new home was needed, and Jaime of Heritage Park was willing to give us some land. So last year was the first that Hartman's, which is a group that I represent, and the Heritage Park opened up the community gardens. We've been lucky through Skills Canada to be able to employ some students, but we need many, many more volunteers. There's watering to be done, weeding to be done. It's a wonderful experience. I know the students that helped me last year and the volunteers that helped last year, they found it as an outing. I would say come and have a picnic and weed and just get to know where the food is coming from. Last year we had some humorous incidents because we did not know, I myself am visually impaired, we did not know what weeds looked like, plants looked like, so it's a learning experience.
To get an experience of what it's like to help out at the community garden, we've got a couple of students that are volunteers here this year that are going to speak to their experiences helping at the community garden here at Country Heritage Park.
My experience from last year was, it was a lot of work, but it was a good way to come out and see what the garden was actually about, because I don't plant myself. So it was a good experience to learn how to plant and what plants, what kind of plants there are.
Personally, I actually don't have a lot of experience with the community garden, but I just think it's very interesting to see that there are initiatives like this in our community that are just started by a few people. There's something that didn't have a lot of administration or organization, yet they were able to make it something so beautiful and so impactful for not only our generation, but future generations as well. So I think it's important that we have these sort of initiatives and these sort of gardens in our community to really not only educate people, but help them as well.
I just like the way it is actually done. It starts from small and then many people get the opportunity, and the way it is you clean up your gardens and make it clean and green. So I like it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Country Heritage Park is not only just this wonderful garden, there are a number of other excellent things that you can do when you come out here. And we're privileged today to have the CEO of Country Heritage Park here to talk a little bit about that. If folks are new to Milton and they haven't been, or they don't know about Country Heritage Park, what would be some important things for them to know about this place?
We're a multifaceted facility. Formerly the Ontario Ag Museum, we're no longer that. We are actually transforming into a center of excellence for farm and food education. I want to be able to connect the dots for people, to let them know where we've come from, where we are today, and where we're going into the future. And that's the whole premise behind this. That's why education is vital. We do events so that people can see how we do things around here, or if they want to pay a visit, so we do things like summer fairs, or we have a number of other events that are community driven. But we also give back to the community. We give a great deal in the rented spaces for them. We help offset our community gardens that are done here for helping the community aspect. And that's really important for me, is to have the idea that this is community within community. And that's part of it right there.
So we've talked about people coming out to volunteer to help to tend to the gardens. Where does the produce go?
The produce is a mix. It goes back into the various communities. So last year we were given to the women's shelter and the food banks. We give back to the community, and we do it quietly, and that's how I've always done things.
Yeah.
We're not looking for acknowledgement and recognition. We do things because it's the right thing to do. So, you know, we have Summit Housing that comes in, they have some of their members that partake in gardening because it's a relaxing thing. There's a mental aspect about gardening that people have forgotten about. They expect perfection out of Mother Nature. You know, as well, this goes back to the community. So we have a multitude of different partners, and it goes back to their communities that they work with.
If you know, if for those high school students or people that are interested in volunteering here at Country Heritage Park, what is the best way for them to get in touch with someone to set that up?
We actually have an info piece on our website for it.
Okay.
But they can call the office. I know how difficult it is for groups to find anything like this.
Yeah.
I know how difficult it is for young children, particularly high school age, to find opportunities to volunteer, to do something that they want to do, whether it's coming to the garden, whether it's feeding the animals, whether it's, you know, looking through old magazines and finding stories that are of interest to them, whether it's moving some of the artifacts that nobody's seen in 100 years.
Yeah.
These are things that, you know, always they can entail and actually do themselves.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It was really a privilege to meet you. Thank you.
Pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much.
So you can see why Country Heritage Park made my list of my favorite things in Milton. I'm going to have links to the website below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a share. And if you haven't yet, make sure that you are following our page so you don't miss out on any of our other great videos. Thanks so much.